Welcome to Learning Life Content. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories. Welcome to our exploration of Plato's 5 forms of government. In his seminal work, The Republic, the ancient Greek philosopher Plato outlines a progression of political systems, each with its own characteristics and inherent flaws. Join us now as we embark on a journey through time and thought, exploring these 5 forms of government, their strengths, their weaknesses, and the timeless lessons they hold for us today. We begin our journey with aristocracy, Plato's ideal state, a concept as aspirational as the constellations themselves. In this form, the wisest and most virtuous, the moral luminaries of society, rule. They are the philosopher-kings, individuals chosen not by lineage or wealth, but by their deep knowledge, their unwavering moral compass, and their genuine desire to serve the common good. Picture, if you will, a society where leaders are chosen for their intellectual prowess, their ability to reason and to contemplate the complexities of existence. These philosopher-kings, much like astronomers studying the cosmos, dedicate their lives to understanding the intricate workings of the state. Under their guidance, society flourishes. Education is paramount, for it is through education that individuals develop the capacity for reason and virtue. The arts and sciences thrive, encouraged to reach their full potential. However, even in this seemingly utopian state, the seeds of decay lie dormant. Over time, the philosopher-kings, despite their best intentions, may falter. Their offspring, lacking the same rigorous training and dedication, may succumb to the trappings of privilege. And so the celestial dance of political evolution continues as the ideal of aristocracy gradually gives way to a new form of governance, one driven by a different set of values. As the celestial tapestry of power shifts, we encounter timocracy, a system ruled by those motivated by honor and military prowess. It is a society where the clang of swords and the thunder of hooves replace the quiet contemplation of the philosopher-kings. Imagine a world where courage on the battlefield, where unwavering loyalty and a fierce sense of duty are the most prized virtues. The rulers of this timocracy are not chosen for their wisdom, but for their bravery, their skill in warfare, and their unwavering dedication to the defense of the state. They are the warriors, the generals, the heroes who have proven themselves in the crucible of combat. Their deeds of valor inspire awe and admiration among the citizens, who see in them the embodiment of strength and honor. This shift from the rule of the wise to the rule of the strong is often a gradual transition, a slow erosion of the philosophical foundations of the state. The education system, once focused on philosophy and the arts, now prioritizes physical training and military strategy. Timocracy, while possessing a certain raw energy and a fierce sense of patriotism, carries within it the seeds of its own downfall. For a society that values military might above all else is a society that is constantly preparing for war. This constant state of readiness can lead to a culture of aggression, a belief that might makes right. And so the pendulum of political evolution swings once more, and timocracy, with its emphasis on honor and military strength, gives way to a new form of governance, one driven by a different kind of hunger, a hunger for wealth and material possessions. As our cosmic exploration continues, we descend into the realm of oligarchy, where the shimmering allure of wealth eclipses the call of honor. Here, power gravitates towards a select few, not by virtue of their wisdom or courage, but by the sheer weight of their fortunes. Imagine a society where the scales of justice are tipped by gold, where the wealthy elite hold sway over the levers of power. In this realm, social standing is determined not by one's character or contributions to society, but by the size of one's estate, the opulence of one's possessions. The rulers of this oligarchy are not the philosophers seeking enlightenment, nor the warriors seeking glory, but the merchants, the landowners, the financiers who have amassed vast fortunes through trade, inheritance, or perhaps less scrupulous means. They view the state not as a sacred trust to be nurtured, but as a vehicle for advancing their own economic interests, for consolidating their power and privilege. Public policy becomes a mere commodity to be bought and sold, shaped by lobbyists and special interests. Oligarchy emerges from the ashes of democracy, not through a dramatic revolution, but through a subtle, insidious transformation. The pursuit of wealth, once viewed with suspicion as a distraction from higher ideals, now becomes the driving force of society. The education system, once geared towards producing brave soldiers and loyal citizens, now focuses on practical skills that can be readily converted into wealth. This relentless focus on wealth accumulation creates a chasm in society, a yawning gap between the haves and the have-nots. The rich, insulated within their gated estates and their exclusive clubs, grow increasingly detached from the realities of the common people. Oligarchy, while offering the illusion of stability and order, carries within it the seeds of its own destruction. From the rigid hierarchy of oligarchy, our journey takes us to the bustling marketplace of democracy, where power, like a celestial object caught in a gravitational tug-of-war, shifts from the hands of the few to the hands of the many. Imagine a society where every voice theoretically has equal weight, where the right to vote is not determined by wealth or social standing, but by the simple fact of being human. Here, the very concept of governance takes on a new meaning, a grand experiment in collective self-determination. The rulers of this democracy are not chosen by lineage, military prowess or economic might, but by the will of the people, expressed through the sacred act of voting. The marketplace of ideas thrives, a cacophony of opinions, beliefs and ideologies vying for attention. Freedom of speech and assembly are paramount, for it is through the free exchange of ideas that the best path forward is forged, or so the theory goes. The arts, unshackled from the constraints of wealthy patrons, flourish in this environment of free expression, reflecting the diverse tapestry of human experiences. Yet democracy, for all its noble aspirations, is not without its inherent flaws. The very freedoms that define democracy can, if left unchecked, descend into chaos and anarchy. The pursuit of individual liberty, taken to its extreme, can undermine the common good, leading to a fragmentation of society. The rule of law, the very bedrock of any stable society, can be eroded by the whims of the mob, swayed by charismatic demagogues who appeal to their basest instincts. And so, like a celestial body veering off its course, democracy, if not carefully safeguarded, can descend into the abyss of its final form, the most dangerous and destructive of all political systems, tyranny. At the end of our journey through Plato's 5 forms of government, we arrive at the desolate wasteland of tyranny, the rule of the one. A stark reminder that the quest for a just and equitable society is a journey fraught with peril. Imagine a society shrouded in fear, where the very air is thick with suspicion and paranoia. Here, the light of freedom is extinguished, replaced by the iron fist of a single, all-powerful ruler. The tyrant, often rising from the chaos of a decaying democracy, is a figure of both awe and terror. He is the charismatic demagogue, the master manipulator who exploits the people's fears and prejudices to seize absolute power. He surrounds himself with sycophants and yes-men, individuals who feed his ego and shield him from dissenting voices. The institutions of democracy, once vibrant forums for debate and dissent, are dismantled or corrupted, transformed into tools of oppression. The media, once a watchdog of power, becomes a mouthpiece for propaganda, spewing forth a constant stream of misinformation designed to keep the populace in check. Fear becomes the primary instrument of control. The tyrant, ever wary of challenges to his authority, creates an atmosphere of suspicion and paranoia. Secret police roam the streets, silencing any whisper of dissent. In the end, tyranny, like a dying star collapsing in on itself, consumes everything in its path, leaving behind only a legacy of suffering and destruction. Plato's 5 forms of government illustrate the fragile nature of political systems and the importance of wisdom and virtue in leadership. Like a delicate cosmic dance, the balance between order and chaos, between individual liberty and the common good, can easily be disrupted. The journey towards a just and equitable society is a continuous one, a journey that requires constant vigilance, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of the human condition. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories.